Salutations! And welcome back to ButterFlii's Corner. How are you guys doing out here on this YouTube universe? I hope all is well with everyone. Yes. Anywho, moving along. This vlog is in response to a young lady that came across a panel that I was on with. Shout out to Real Talk with Lady D. Make sure if y'all haven't checked out her channel, that y'all go and check out her channel. She has a variety of she does a variety of vlogs. She just doesn't focus on reality TV. She talks about the plight and our community as a whole. And she has different aspects that she comes from. So make sure y'all check out Real Talk with Lady D. Moving along, this is a response to I hope I'm saying her name right. Quinn Kane. Quinn Can? Okay. Quinn Can. I like that. I like unique names. I like her name. This is a response. She came across the vlog that I participated in on Lady D's platform the other day. And her video happened to have come down my timeline. She's very, very new. So if y'all can, please go and support Can. Subscribe to her channel. Let's help get her to her first 50. So shout out to her. And this is in response to because she had questions. She was wondering why I don't really care for old girl. I'm going to try to be respectful and not call her the name that I like to call her, because Quinn Can doesn't like that. So I'm going to try to be, I'm going to be mature about the situation and the conversation. And I just want to say also before I start, Quinn Can, I appreciated your vlog. And I don't see why we can't be respectful, even though we have opposing views. So I appreciate that, and I wish you the best on your channel. But okay, so moving along, we're going to get into the first thing that you said. You stated that I must have forgot how the slow meters first. Now, I'm not going to respect the slow meters. Okay, Can, we're not going to push it. We're not going to push it. But you first said I must have forgot how the slow meters came about. I've already explained to you why I feel like the slow meters came about. So I'll dial back to that at the end. But I want to address the first and foremost. You said that the whole cast ganged up on Melanie. That is boo lang lang. A lot of people, mainly the slow meters, have muddied up what really actually happened from season 2 on. Now, Quinn Can, I'm going to assume, I don't know if he was watching the same show or, because people can watch the same thing and come out of it with two different viewpoints. And so I think that's where we're at with this one. First and foremost, Martell and his ex-wife was still married. They were still married, so it wasn't the whole cast up against them. Okay? It was the Scotts versus the Holts. Martell and ex-wife was still married, and Letitia and Marceau. First and foremost, this is where the beef began. Okay? The beef began because after season 1 aired, if you know anything about reality TV, they shoot the confessionals. Nobody really knows what the person. There's a producer that shoots the confessionals that asks the cast question about different scenes. Now, they was all new to this reality game, so I don't think any of them realized, didn't really put that aspect into account. Bam. Season 2 comes, Melanie and just saying her name irks me, but anywho. Martell and his ex-wife were upset at the Scotts because of things that they said in their confessionals about the affair that Melanie exposed. Let's be very clear. Melanie exposed her own situation in her marriage. That's one. 2, it was the Scotts versus the Holts because Melanie and Martell were still married. So there was no gang up. Period. That's one of the misconceptions that irks my nerves. Everybody wants to forget that Martell and Melanie were still married, and they got upset with the Scotts about things that they said in a confessional about the affair that Melanie exposed. Bam. That's one Queen. I'm sorry. I'm no. Don't. I get. Don't mind me, girl. I get kind of little, revved up. But anywho, that's how that beef started. Marcel and Kimmy had nothing to do with Martell, his ex-wife, Letitia, and Marcel. Now, what spiraled this whole thing out of control is while old girl was still married to Martell, her and Martell Martell confronted Marcel about what was said in the confessionals season 1. And Martell commenced to claiming that Marcel had 20 affairs. So why is he speaking on what's going on in him and his wife's marriage? Once again, cue in, this is a reality show. The producers are going to ask the other cast their opinion. Could they have did what Kimmy and Marcel did? Because this is why they wasn't mad at Kimmy and Marcel. Because they felt like Kimmy and Marcel wasn't as opinionated as Tisha and Marcel. So they was all still neutral. Okay, Queen Can? That's how that really went. This thing about the gang up is boo lang lang. It was the Holtz versus the Scotts. Letitia and Marcel, Martell and his ex-wife. There was no gang up. Kimmy and Maurice was neutral. They was not in the midst of that. So after they did not like what they seen on season 1 in the confessionals, MsBuddy commenced to hopping on Facebook. This is before they really started utilizing Instagram and YouTube. Hopped on Facebook and accused a woman and named some woman that was actually her hairdresser. Her hairdresser. She accused this woman of having an affair with Marcel. So in return, Marcel and Letitia did a live with this woman on Instagram. This woman denied, said she never did it. She went, mess up her name, her brand. And mind you, this woman was supposed to be Melanie's friend. Okay? First sign, first red flag that she's trifling. Okay? So once she felt like Letitia and Marcel attacked their situation, that's when Marcel is being accused of having 20 girlfriends. She threw a hairdresser under the bus that, mind you, she's no longer friends with. I don't know who would be friends with somebody who would do that. But yes, so that occurred. So there was no gang up. And I believe the slow meters did a very good job of manipulating the situation. And a lot of people mix up how things really went. The order of events, I should say. Gets all mixed up because they're screaming she was ganged up on. No, she was not. Maurice and Kimmy was neutral. Moving along, you also stated, hold on, because I had to take notes, girl, because I wanted to make sure the things that I really cared about that you was, had misconceptions about. The comeback group. The comeback group also fell apart while they were still married. What's this girl's name? Martell's ex-wife and him were still married. The comeback group fell apart because they couldn't agree on who was going to do what and who was going to benefit and profit from what aspect of the project that they was going to do. So Martell and Melanie did not want to budge. And the Scotts really, I don't know if it was all of the Scotts or just the Maurice and Kimmy or Kimmy and, it was, they didn't agree. And the come out group fell apart while Melanie and Martell were still married. Okay? So once again, not a gang up. It fell apart because they couldn't agree on what, who was going to do what in the project and who's going to profit. That's two. Let me dial back to the fallout with the affairs and all that. So with Martel accusing Marceau of having 20 women, Marcel came home, told his wife what was said because he knows it's being filmed, so he knows his wife is going to hear it anyway. So he goes back, he talks to his wife about the 20 women he was being accused of cheating with. Letitia and Melanie decide to sit down and have a conversation. Melanie, still no proof, mind you, not a lick of proof, told this woman to hang up late at night. Go stalk your husband to see what he's doing. He's cheating. Once again, this is just her throwing this out here with no proof and telling this woman that she needs to go stalk her husband. Okay, whatever. That's how Melanie felt. Letitia didn't appreciate that, and they clashed at the sit-down. Melanie kept trying to continue to say that your husband is cheating. Letitia got frustrated because she's like, where is the proof? Melanie didn't have no proof. I agreed with Letitia. Letitia made a very good point. And this is what Melanie's embarrassed about a lot of the truths, but there was proof that Martel was cheating on you. There was proof that Martel was intertwined with another woman, because at this time the blogs have, Melanie had sent the girls information, so the blogs had started stalking this girl's page. Well, actually, Letitia threw out that Martel and Arion, because I'm not going to disrespect that young lady, Arion had matching vehicles. So that really went, that really took it all the way to the left. Mind you, King. I hate that I can't pronounce. I'm just going to call you Quinn. I love the uniqueness of it, but I can't get that second part, the pronunciation. Ebonics. Anywho. So that's where that fallout comes from. There was no gang up. She was never ganged up on. Energy was being matched. She sat in Letitia's face trying to tell Letitia that her husband was cheating on her. Letitia wanted proof. Melanie didn't have no proof. Melanie just had her word of mouth or how she felt. But there was proof that Melanie was being cheated on with his and her vehicles that Martel had with his other woman. Second point. Okay, we dialed back on that. I addressed the comeback group and the whole fallout there. Oh, there's some other things that you misordered. Destiny was brought on by Melanie. Destiny was brought on by Melanie because she at the time was married to her F-boy ex, and they was all friends. Okay, at this time, Melanie and Letitia are still having a hard time finding peace because of all the things that transpired on social media, as far as Melanie hopping on Twitter, throwing her old hairdresser, under the bus. Okay, so they're still not in a good place now. And last time I checked, Maurice, Kimmy, and Melanie are still in a good place. The slow meters are mad because Kimmy, is not going to co-sign what she don't want to co-sign. Basically, like I said, they're mad because she's not delusional when up on girls behind. So for me, Melanie manipulated and played victim. We're trying to say the whole cast went up against her. You made statements about another couple's marriage, so they was responding to the statements that you made while you were still married to your ex-husband. That's what really happened. Okay, so that's why the buffoonery about people was ganging up on her, and that's all manipulation and BS. Because it was the Scots versus the Holts, while she was still married to her ex-husband. BS. Okay, moving along, and that's why for me, I'm not okay with that. I guess you said you didn't have a problem. Oh, and you said that, there's another thing you said. Okay, you didn't like that. You felt like the other couples knew that Martel was cheating. Actually, they didn't. Martel no, they did, but, it was already brought out on one of the reunions that Martel and Melanie didn't want the affair brought up, but Melanie went ahead and brought up the affair anyway. Okay? So that still is not the other cast member's fault. Letitia even stated that when she found out, when Melanie came and told them that Martell was cheating, Letitia was mad at Martell. That keeps getting negated. Okay? Letitia did. I was mad at Martell. That got negated because it didn't fit the narrative that old girl was trying to paint. Okay? Cool. Moving along. Okay, let me see. I had to take notes, girl. I take notes so I can stay on topic and, we get to the thing of the things. But I noticed that, also, you said Stormy Still was brought on by them. Stormy Still was also brought on by Melanie Quinn, by Melanie, not the Scotts. So, that's a misconception you have too. So I don't know if you was really watching the show or you was just watching reviews and then started watching the show after you heard, so many slow meters with this propaganda and misinformation. I don't know. So, because you got quite a few things mixed up. But anywho, now I know you said you don't see nothing wrong with the social climbing. I don't see nothing wrong with the social climbing either. I mean, it's networking, right? In all actuality, you do want to be in rooms with movers and shakers. The problem I had was just a month before, the slow meters was trying to sabotage the Scots event that they was having. Okay? I can't. You know what I'm saying? Wrong is wrong and right is right. Why are y'all trying to sabotage something that they was having? Not only did y'all try to sabotage it, your master was nowhere in review, and y'all didn't have a problem with that because y'all was trying to sabotage their event. I don't know if you've seen the content creators that was tapping on live, calling around to hotels to find out where the Scots event was, trying to sabotage their event, sweetie. That's where I have a problem with the slow meters. The slow meters do way too much, and it's a lot of propaganda and lies. And the way they're trying to paint it out as if this lady was bullied is BS. She was met with the energy that she was giving off, okay? She accused Letitia's husband of cheating. She didn't have no proof for Letitia. And then for the next 7 years, she's been hell-bent, right along with the slow meters, on proving that Marcel is a cheater. And still to this day, not a near bit of proof. Not a near bit of proof. I have a problem with that. Because your marriage failed, you want everybody else's marriage to fail? Nah, that's not cool. And being mad that the other cast sat in your face. First of all, Melanie went and got the other cast because Carlos said that her and Martell's little show that they pitched wasn't going to be good enough. And she needed more people. So it wasn't about them using her. She was using them because she needed them at the time. It has still clearly been stated that she needed more people. Period. So they never used her to try to get on. She came to them and asked them if they wanted to be on the show. Period. That's another lie. Them using her to get on and all that. That's bull-lang-lang, yo. This is just a lot of misconceptions, sweetie. And, Melanie exposed her own affair. I think I tapped on everything that I really cared about. With Quinn, I want to tell you that I really, really appreciate you. I appreciate your response. And I get that you don't like me calling her Mellow Mutt. And I could be more mature and not call her Mellow Mutt. As you can see, I was going in and out of calling her Mellow Mutt and actually saying her name. But that's just, that's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. I've seen the sneaky, underhanded things that she's done. She is the one who throws the rocks and hide her hands. She definitely dog whistles and signals for them flying monkeys. Now, I wouldn't consider you a slow meter because you sound to me like you're very open-minded, and I've noticed that you did point out a couple of things that you did not like, and you was honest about that. So I can respect that. By all means, Quinn, I can respect that. I hope this helps, with you. And if you want to go back and forth, because you did say you wanted to debate, I told you I don't want to debate because my mind's made up. But I have no problem listening to other people's views and aspects. So I hope you appreciate the response. And don't forget, guys, please go and support Quinn K. Quinn. Please go and support Quinn. Subscribe to her channel. Help this young lady get to her first 50. And yeah, I pretty much hope that was, Hope that answered your questions. And thank you for taking the time out to come and listen on my channel. And I appreciate listening to your response. All right, guys. And that's just what I wanted to do for that situation. So, anywho, remember, guys, to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, y'all. Yes, make sure y'all subscribe to me. And if you want to, hop on over there to Quinn and subscribe to Quinn's channel, y'all. Anywho, I'll see you guys soon. Love, light, and butterflies. Mwah! And don't forget, guys, smile and the world smiles with you.